Hello everyone, I'm Becky Goldsmith with Piece of Cake, and I want to show you how to make this cute gusseted bag that is 4 inches wide by 8 inches tall, beginning with a sheet of paper that is 8.5 by 11, just a standard sheet. I cut my paper from wrapping paper, but you could use regular paper if you wanted to. You need to know where to put the folds for the gusset into the paper. So the front of the bag is going to be 4 inches. On either side, you'll use up 1 inch for each gusset. And then you've got to have the back of the bag that will be on either side, half of the front, so that's 2 and 2. And then to give you a nice overlap on the back to glue, go ahead and add a 1/2 inch. So if you add these numbers up, there's your 11 inches. You want to begin the folds for the gusset on either side of the center 4 inches. So if you add this up, that's 1 plus 2 is 3, 3.5 on either side of the center 4. These are simple calculations, and once you know how this part works, you can alter the size of the bag and change the numbers to suit yourself. Turn your paper over and use a ruler to measure in 3.5 inches. Give it a little crease, give it more of a crease. And then do the same thing at 3 inches. Remember, you've got 1 inch for each gusset. You're going to want 3 folds, each one 1/2 inch apart. So this one will be at 2.5. I want to go ahead and make that crease a little stronger, and in fact, I'm going to use my folder here to crease that just a little more. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Once you have your creases made, you're going to want to fold the paper backwards on that middle crease. And then you fold the paper forward and fold that paper forward, and there's your gusset on either side, nicely made. You're going to want to fold up the bottom of the bag something like 1/2 inch. You could make it more if you wanted. I don't think I'd make it less. Get that crease going. The next step is to glue the bag together. And I'm going to put some waxed paper down to protect my mat. I am using an Elmer's glue stick. You could use some other kind of glue. If you're using a glue stick, move pretty fast because the glue stick may dry out on you. You want the bottom and then about 1 inch on one side. Then fold your bag together and together, there and there. So let me move this out of the way. So there I've got the join at the back, and I've got all the bottom layers of the bag glued together. Once those seams are glued together, you can add glue right there. Make sure you get the whole space and glue that up. I'm not sure how much weight I'm going to put in these bags. I might want to sew across the bottom of the bag on my sewing machine just to reinforce the bottom. If you don't have a sewing machine, you could always add a little bit of tape across the bottom. That would work too. I hope you've enjoyed this quick tutorial and that you have fun making special bags for your Advent calendar. Thanks for watching.